So our today's discussion will be equation of state for gases. So in this lecture, we will discuss mostly the virial equation of state. So what is the equation of state for gases? The equation of state is actually the pressure, volume, temperature relationship. We have discussed for the ideal gases, the pressure, volume, temperature relationship can have a connection with this compressibility and expansivity. But here for the real gases, we will define one term known as compressibility factor, which accounts for the non-ideality of real gases. Two things are important in non-ideality. So how much, what is the extent of non-ideality also, that is important. Negligible extent can be assumed as it is equivalent to ideal gas. We know gas at low pressure behaves ideal, but when the pressure increases, the non-ideal behavior starts. But at low to moderate pressure, there is less non-ideality as compared to very high pressure. So the equations of state which are applicable at low to moderate pressure may not be applicable at very high pressure. So for very high pressure, very special equation of state are required, but we will discuss the simplified equation of state. So one such equation of state is virial equation of state. This virial equation actually the Z, the compressibility factor Z, is expressed in a series of volume or pressure. So here one question, write a different form of virial equation of state. This virial equation of state is generally applicable to moderate deviation from ideal gas behavior. The virial EOS is given by two alternative forms. One is volume explicitity, another is pressure explicitity. In volume explicitity, it is written PV by RT, which is equal to 1 plus B by V plus C by V square, etc. B is known as a second virial coefficient and C is known as third virial coefficient. Then in terms of pressure, this equation can be written as PV by RT is equal to 1 plus B dash P plus C dash P square. Again, the relation between B and B dash or C and C dash can be attributed to B is equal to B dash by RT and C is equal to C minus B square by RT. So in your level, mostly we will deal up to the second virial coefficient B, because sufficient accuracy can be obtained only considering up to the second virial coefficient B. Okay. Even if we ignore the third term, then we are not much compromising the accuracy. So we will limit our discussion up to the second virial coefficient. So what is the role of virial coefficient? So as may be evident, the second and third terms virial coefficient constitute correlations for the non-ideal behavior of gases. Then how can we express the non-ideality behavior by truncated virial equation? Truncated virial equation means considering only one term, that is up to the second virial coefficient b. And the nature of virial equation, essentially they depend on temperature. The more the number of virial coefficient used in the equation, the better is the prediction of gas molar volume. But more number of virial coefficient means more complexity of the equation. While the estimation of the second virial coefficient is relatively straightforward, the third virial coefficient is generally far more complex. That's why we will limit our discussion up to second virial coefficient. Virial equation truncated to two terms for application at low pressure. That is slightly deviation from ideality is Z is equal to PV by RT, which is equal to 1 plus Vp by RT. The second virial coefficient beta is substance dependent and is a function of temperature. Experimental values for beta are available for a number of gases. Moreover, estimation of second virial coefficient is possible where no data are available. So the advantage is the value of beta for number of gases are available. So we can easily calculate the Z. Even if the beta value is not available, then it can be obtained by some correlations. So it is the easiest equation. Next. So if we express the virial equation up to third virial coefficient, that is B and C, then the equation is Z is equal to PV by RT plus 1 plus B by V plus C by V square. Equation is little more complex than the previous equation, but here we will get little bit more accuracy. Accuracy means the difference between experimental value and estimated value. Estimated value means calculated value may be nearly same. So this equation is explicitly in pressure but is cubic in volume. Analytic solution for V is possible, but solution by an iterative scheme is more convenient. A cubic equation of state can be solved analytically, but iterative method is always easier. Iterative method means assume one volume, calculate the LHS, calculate the RHS. When LHS is equal to RHS, you will have the final solution. So that is the iterative method. Then I will tell you some theory about the origin of this equation of state. One theory later I have mentioned here, okay, here, that is known as corresponding state principle. So what is the corresponding state principle? In the corresponding state principle, we have two parameter corresponding state principle and three parameter corresponding state principle. What is a two parameter corresponding state principle? It consider the property reduced temperature and reduced pressure. So what is the relation between reduced temperature, reduced pressure and compressibility factor? So this principle states that all fluids, when compared at the same reduced temperature and reduced pressure, they have approximately the same compressibility factor and all deviate from ideal gas behavior to about the same degree. See, reduced temperature is actual temperature divided by critical temperature. Reduced pressure is actual pressure divided by critical pressure. So we take reduced temperature and reduced pressure because they are dimensionless. They don't have dimension. Reduced temperature is a ratio of actual temperature to critical temperature. So it is dimensionless. And reduced pressure is equal to actual pressure divided by critical pressure. So it is the dimensionless. So using dimensionless quantities are very clear. They will not interfere in the unit system because temperature can have many units: centigrade, Kelvin, Fahrenheit. Pressure can have many units, that is atom, Pascal, bar, anything. So if we use reduced temperature, reduced pressure, then they will not have that consideration, or unit problems can be eliminated. So what it says that all fluids, when compared at the same reduced pressure and same reduced temperature, they have same compressibility factor, and the deviation from ideality is the same extent or same degree. So this is the origin of equation of state. That's why in the equation of state we will see the use of reduced temperature and reduced pressure. Then we have another equation of state, that is three parameter corresponding state principle. So instead of two, in this case we use three parameters. So what is the third one? The first one is reduced temperature, second one is reduced pressure, the third one is eccentric factor. We will discuss what is eccentric factor, but this corresponding state principle states that all fluids having the same value of eccentric factor, when compared at the same reduced temperature and same reduced pressure, have about the same compressibility factor and all deviate from ideal gas behavior to about the same degree or same extent. Okay. So if the fluids have same eccentric factor and at the same reduced temperature and same reduced pressure, they have same compressibility factor and they deviate from ideality at the same degree or same extent. So this is the 3 parameter corresponding state principle. So again, apart from reduced temperature, reduced pressure, another physical quantity or physical property, eccentric factor, will come into picture while describing the equation of state. So we will go back to our virial equation of state. So since this equation of state parameters are related to reduced temperature, reduced pressure, they can be expressed in terms of these things. So one such relation for compressibility factor Z is equal to 1 plus Bp by RT is equal to 1 plus Bpc by RTC into PR by TR. So this is the equation we can express. We have simply put, instead of P and T, we put PR and TR with the relation PR is equal to P by PC, TR is equal to T by TC. That is reduced pressure is equal to actual pressure divided by critical pressure, and reduced temperature equal to actual temperature divided by critical temperature. And if we express this Z is equal to PV by RT, actually which is equal to V by VIG. V represent the real volume, VIG represent the ideal volume. So the compressibility factor is nothing but the ratio of real volume to ideal volume. So for ideal gas, the real volume and ideal volume both are same. So the value of Z is 1 for ideal gas. And sometimes the Z value may be less than 1 and sometimes it is more than 1. At moderate temperature, its value is less than 1. Through at elevated temperature, the Z value may be greater than 1. That is V by VIG is greater than 1 means real volume is greater than ideal volume. That may happen at higher temperature, and volume may be less than ideal volume. That may happen at low temperature. Now here is a diagram explaining the compressibility factor for carbon dioxide. So in this diagram, the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis you refer from the textbook. Then there are some correlation as we discussed. Apart from TR and PR, eccentric factor also comes in the 3 parameter corresponding state principle. We will see the examples later on, but these are the empirical correlation. We can say generalized correlation for compressibility factor can be used. One generalized correlation is Z is equal to Z0 plus omega Z1. Z is equal to Z0 plus omega Z1, and this omega is eccentric factor. Z0 and Z1 are functions of reduced temperature and reduced pressure. And when omega is 0, that is the case of simple fluids, some inert gases like argon, krypton, xenon, their eccentric factor is 0. They are very noble or inert gases, can be considered ideal gases. So from these two parameter corresponding state, these are the generalized correlations. These generalized correlations further can be explained with beta 0 and beta dash, and the empirical correlation of beta 0 expressed in terms of TR and beta 1 can be expressed in terms of also TR. So if a question asked in this, the empirical values will be given. Empirical relations will be given. Now let us discuss then what is this eccentric factor. So eccentric factor is a fundamental thermodynamic property of a substance, and it is a measure of asphericity of molecular shape. That means the ideal gas concept assumes molecules are having spherical shape, perfectly spherical shape. But in actual case, molecules may not have perfect spherical shape. So how much they deviate from the spherical shape is known as asphericity. So this omega accounts for the asphericity of a molecule. And the more the asphericity means value means more deviation from ideal state or ideal property. The value of eccentric factor may be obtained from the following expression from experimental vapor pressure data. So it can be related to experimental vapor pressure data, that is omega is equal to -1 minus log 10 PR saturated pressure at a TR is 0.7. That means you calculate the reduced vapor pressure at reduced temperature of 0.7 and take minus log 10 of that value, then -1, it will give the that eccentric factor. Actually it comes from a slope dy by dx. So the textbook has explained how this relation came. You can go through it. Then as discussed, so what is the important for us is omega is the third parameter in the corresponding state. So the first parameter is reduced temperature, second parameter is reduced pressure, and third parameter is the eccentric factor omega. So some simplified equation of state use only two parameters, that is reduced temperature and reduced pressure. For example, the van der Waals equation of state or Redlich-Long equation of state, they use only this TR and PR. But other equations, the other equation of state like Soivy, Redlich-Long, SRK, and Peng-Robinson equation of state, they use this omega, that is the eccentric factor. So apart from TR and PR, they use omega. So all this equation of state we will discuss in detail. Then the relation between compressibility factor and the parameters are given here. Z is equal to 1 plus Bp by RT, 1 plus Bpc by RT into PR into TR. This is just a substitution by P by T and rearranging the constants. So these constants correlations are given and relating to TR. Okay. So this is required to solve certain problems, that is calculations of compressibility factor given the B0, B1 values or TC values. We can calculate. So the simplest virial equation we know can be applicable at low to moderate pressure, and for high pressure we may require additional terms of this virial equation. Then one example is here. Calculate the molar volume and compressibility factor of some isothermal vapor. Temperature and pressure is given. You are asked to calculate the volume. So volume can be calculated by ideal gas equation, virial equation considering the first virial coefficient, virial equation considering up to the second virial coefficient. Now ideal gas equation is very easy. PV is equal to RT or V is equal to RT by P, R into T by P, you get straight away the answer. Then virial equation considering the first virial coefficient is, we know Z is equal to PV by RT or V is equal to RT by P plus B, which is equal to, you put this value, ideal gas volume is RT by P minus the value, you are getting this. Okay. So once we get the volume, then you calculate Z is equal to PV by RT, which we are getting here. So here it is the Z value for the second case is 0.9. For the first case, Z is 1, because for ideal gas, Z value is 1. And the third case, considering up to second virial coefficient, it is, we have to use this equation, Z is equal to PV by RT is equal to 1 plus B by V plus C by V square. Okay, then here we will see it is a cubic equation of state. You can form a cubic equation and solve analytically. The other method is trial and error method or iterative method. So iterative method is easy. Even in your calculator, you can set the iteration and you can achieve the solution in third iteration, third or mostly third or fourth iterations. So for the iterative solution, this equation can be written as like this. I is the increment. Okay. So you can first you have to assume the volume. You have to guess the volume. You can assume the volume as the previous calculated volume. After that, you will replace the old volume by new volume, which is obtained from the first iteration. So first is guess, calculate the left side RHS and LHS. Then you calculate the volume. Then you will get a new volume. Replace the new volume with the old volume and calculate and repeat this step 2-3 times. I think in third iteration you will get the value. So here V is coming this, and for which Z is equal to coming this. So if you see here, the Z is 0.88. In previous case, Z is 0.9. Okay. So little bit of accuracy has improved here. by considering the third one. So you practice this problem, write your own. Okay. So time is off. We can stop here. Then we will start for discussion.